under the book page, display under the 3 list of books. Understand? Okay, now create one more array. Create one more array of 5 company and display under the second 3. Create an array of 5 company and display under the second 3. Create an array of 5 company list and display in second, third column. Third column. Second, third column, what it represent? Already you have followed the 3. You have to create one more column G3. Under the second 3, you need to display the list of companies. Yes. So going on. Once it's ready, please ping me. See, your fingers should start writing the code of React. That is the target. Understanding and learning both are different. Someone else has written, you saw that you understood. But you learn or not, that is the matter. Are you able to write or not? If you are able to write, then you have learned it. If you are not able to write, just you have understood it. You have not learned still. Learning and understanding both are required.
So here, follow the same and
Division you have closed, no row is closed. We have started the college with 3. Before that, the division is closed.
Something about this name.
No problem. That is a temporary variable. You can use. That variable is exist with
It will not.
that variable is exist within the map function. It is not exist out of the map function. But row is closed already.
Use of user
The use of user defined tag, that is not predefined. No? It's your wish. In case if you are not okay with the predefined tag, you can use the user defined tag that we have written in JSX rule.
but every user defined tag will probably have same rule like each and every user. Like, if I'm writing ABC tag, if I'm writing name, another name tag, both of the tag variable is
No. XYZ is different, ABC is different. There is no predefined property for that. It is a property-less tag.
like, it will print same like how.
No, it is going to print the same. Why we follow the user defined tag? To follow the rule of JSX. No other, no other thing. Only to follow the rule of JSX. अगर मान लो डिवीजन आप यूज किया, डिवीजन नेक्स्ट लाइन में चला गया, हमको सेम लाइन में लाना है, क्या करेंगे? सीएसएस लिखना है, सीएसएस नहीं लिखना है तो क्या करेंगे? डिवीजन नहीं लिख के एबीसी लिख देंगे। अब एबीसी की तो कुछ प्रॉपर्टी है नहीं, सेम लाइन में आ जाएगा। वैसे यूज करते हैं इसका प्री डिफाइंड टाइप।
So ये predefined tag use करें और warning नहीं चाहिए।
तो प्री डिफाइंड टाइप में वार्निंग नहीं आएगा, प्री डिफाइंड टाइप में वार्निंग नहीं
यूजर
आएगा।
डिफाइंड टैग यूज करना है और also फिर warning भी
नहीं, यूजर डिफाइंड प्री डिफाइंड टाइप में वार्निंग कहाँ आता है?
predefined user
वार्निंग नहीं आएगा उसमें, कहाँ आता है? फॉलो करो आप उसको, अपर केस से स्टार्ट करना है, टू स्टार्ट विद अपर केस। अब पॉजिटिव चीज में ध्यान नहीं देते, सिर्फ मेरा नेगेटिविटी फाइंड करते हो, उससे हमको प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप ही को प्रॉब्लम है। फुल चुनने के बागे हयात में कागजात में उलझ के रहने वाला कहानी होगा। मतलब कि प्री डिफाइंड टैग हमने यूज किया था, क्या बता रहा था वो? प्री डिफाइंड टैग user defined tags should start with a capital, should not start with a small. हमने वहाँ पे क्या लिखा था, ABC सीधे लिख दिया, स्मॉल से स्टार्ट किया था. अगर उसको कैपिटल से स्टार्ट करेंगे तो एरर नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, अगर एबीसी अगर हमने लिखा है, अगर एरर आएगा तो उसमें हम की प्रॉपर्टी लगा देंगे, की इक्वल टू कुछ XYZ, एरर नहीं आएगा. Hope working, able to print or not? Index 1 also you can use, index also you can use, because this is not nested array. See, this is not nested array, it is separate array. So if you are running a loop, if you are running a map inside the return, then we can use index 1. This name and index is not exist out of this flower bracket. The name and index you cannot find after this line. After this line, let me write here, name and index. Name and index is exist till here. Till here. If you are writing the next map function, no need to use other variable. You can use same variable also. No need to use some other variable. You can use the same variable also. Okay, so that meaning we understood how to read the data from array and display inside the page. Let's go next. After this, we need to enter under the state management. These all are called output. These all are called the output. We have to understand the input also. These all are called the output. We have to understand the input as well.
Follow that this capital problem.
स्मॉल लिख के देखिए.
Small is followed to create warning.
क्या है warning?
Tag AC is unrecognized in this browser.
Tag is unrecognized. If you want to render a something React component, start with the name with the uppercase letter. Okay. जैसे my book. हाँ ठीक है. ये क्या बोल रहा है कि unrecognized is the browser. Okay. So see. देखो अब ये जो एरर दे रहा है, ये नहीं कह रहा है कि what you are following it is wrong. It is saying like this, the AC tag you have used, it is not available under the browser dictionary. ठीक है, ये हम ब्राउजर के डिक्शनरी को हम नहीं देखते हैं. We are checking like whether it is following our JSX rule or not. अगर JSX के रूल को नहीं फॉलो करता तो क्या होता है, एरर नहीं करता. ठीक है, ये क्या बता रहा है, ये कह रहा है कि ये ब्राउजर के डिक्शनरी में नहीं है. अब डिवीजन लिखते हो, डिवीजन है, पैराग्राफ है, सब है, लेकिन कौन सा एग्जिस्ट नहीं है, एसी नहीं है. ठीक है, तो एसी तो ब्राउजर प्री डिफाइंड टैग नहीं है ना, तो यूजर डिफाइंड टैग है, डेफिनेटली डिक्शनरी में एग्जिस्ट नहीं है. अगर आप इसको रन करके देखो, बिल्ड बनाओ आप इसका, अगर बिल्ड में एरर थ्रो करता है तो फिर हम उसको देखेंगे क्या करेंगे, कहाँ है इसका. 1 मिनट रुकिए. One person is there, he having lot of doubt. Okay. npm run build.
CD project.
Which project?
CD project.
npm run run npm run build, ठीक है। ये बिल्ड बन रहा है, ठीक है। अगर बिल्ड में फेल होता है तो फिर उसका देखेंगे, क्यों नहीं होगा तो फेल हुआ, लेकिन अगर बिल्ड में फेल नहीं होता है दैट मीनिंग दैट इज नॉट रॉन्ग, इट इज करेक्ट ओनली। वेट करो आप। बिल्ड बन गया ना, यहाँ पे जाइए आप, प्रोजेक्ट 1 रेडी है, 22 प्रोजेक्ट 1 बिल्ड, देखो अभी बिल्ड रेडी हो गया, कहीं 1% भी एरर नहीं थ्रो किया है, देखिए ये सक्सेसफुली बता रहा है, यहाँ पे कहीं एक भी वार्निंग लाइन नहीं है, बता रहा है कि बिल्ड इज रेडी, नाउ फाइंड आउट मोर अबाउट डिप्लॉयमेंट हियर। ठीक है, जो हम पढ़ाते हैं सोच समझ के पढ़ाते हैं ना, इसी तरह नहीं लोग पढ़ते हैं ना हमसे, गलत आपको कैसे पढ़ा देंगे। मैंने ये नहीं पढ़ाया है कि देखो अगर यहाँ पे अगर ये काम नहीं करता, मान लो अगर यहाँ पे हमने एसी लिखा, आपने एसी लिखा था ना, एसी हम भी लिख दिए, अगर ये गलत रहता, ठीक है, अगर ये गलत रहता तो ब्राउजर में आउटपुट नहीं देता है, अगर ये गलत रहता तो यहाँ पे आप, ठीक है सही, ब्राउजर में वार्निंग देखो आप, जब हम इंस्टॉल करते हैं तो हजारों हजारों वार्निंग आता है ना, ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि सब वार्निंग का सोल्यूशन है, ये है हमने जो यहाँ पे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन गाइड में लिखा था, दैट वाज द रूल ऑफ द JSX, दैट वाज द रूल ऑफ कौन सा, JSX। अगर इफ दिस रूल विल नॉट फॉलो दिस पेज शुड नॉट एग्जीक्यूट, ठीक है। हम तो डिक्शनरी नहीं लिख रहे हैं ना ब्राउजर का, like AC I have written here, how this tag will work, your compiler will come here, it will go to the browser dictionary, it will check in dictionary it is exist or not, if exist then what is the property of that, it's available here, if the property is available what is the meaning of the property, that will get applied, if this is not exist then for browser the whatever the engine is running in your computer, for that engine it is unknown, browser is saying like it is not available under the dictionary, browser is not saying you are not following the JSX rule, अगर JSX का rule का हम follow नहीं करते, that the error should come like this, I open the A tag, I am closing the AC tag, here what is it says error, it says JSX fragment something like that. अगर ये चीज अगर आपको गलत पढ़ाते हैं तो टेक महिंद्रा मेरे यहाँ फुल कान लेकर के नहीं बैठता, ठीक है, LG नहीं नहीं मैं हमको बुरा लगता है यार, ठीक है, LG मेरे सामने हर दिन रिक्वेस्ट नहीं करता कि सर 5 जावास्क्रिप्ट का डेवलपर दे दो, ठीक है, विप्रो मेरे पीछे नहीं रहा था, ठीक है, विप्रो मेरे पीछे नहीं हर दिन घूमता, रात को 11 बजे फोन नहीं करता कि सर अब तक कैंडिडेट रेडी हुआ कि नहीं, अगर गलत नहीं पढ़ाते तो वो लोग मेरे यहाँ नहीं आते, गलत पढ़ाते तो वो लोग मेरे यहाँ नहीं आते, ठीक है, गलत पढ़ाते तो लोग यहाँ से नहीं, इंडिया के वर्ल्ड के पूरे हर पार्ट से लोग पढ़ता है, ठीक है, वो लोग नहीं पढ़ता मेरे यहाँ। हम एक लाइन लिखने से पहले आप समझ लो कि एक इंग्लिश का मैं वर्ड बोलता हूँ, जिस वर्ड का हम एक्चुअल हमको पता नहीं है उसको उसको मैं अपने लैंग्वेज में यूज नहीं करता हूँ, जो लाइन हमको पता नहीं है वो हम लिखते ही नहीं है, क्योंकि हमको पता नहीं है, लोग पूछेगा तो मैं क्या बताऊंगा, जो लाइन हमको पता है एग्जैक्टली वही हम लिखते हैं 100%, और लिखने से पहले मैं रात को स्टडी करता हूँ फिर सवेरे में बताता हूँ, अब तो स्टडी करना बंद कर दिया क्योंकि इस टाइप का तो प्रोजेक्ट मैंने 2000 बार से ज्यादा लिखा है, क्योंकि मेरे आंखें बंद रहती है लेकिन फिर भी मेरा फिंगर कोड लिख लेता है, कोई हमको फोन करके बोलता है कि हमको ये प्रॉब्लम है, हम उसको बोलते हैं कि चलो क्या लिखे हो सिनारियो बताओ हमको, ये फॉलो किया, ये फॉलो किया, ये फॉलो नहीं, ये फॉलो नहीं किया, देखो इसी में एरर है, बिकॉज दिस वर्क आई एम डूइंग लास्ट 15 ईयर्स, गलत सलत क्वेश्चन करने से हमको थोड़ा बुरा लगता है। आप ऐसा क्वेश्चन ही पूछते हो जो एकदम मेरा दिमाग को ब्लास्ट कर देते हैं, ठीक है।
नहीं
आप अगर
कुछ कुछ वैसे मतलब डाउट्स आए
नहीं, वैसा इलीगल एरर हम आंसर नहीं देते हैं। कुछ जैसे बहुत लोग मेरे व्हाट्सएप में बेमतलब का मैसेज करता है, ठीक है, तो हम उसका आंसर ही नहीं देते क्योंकि हमको पता है कि वो हमको परेशान कर रहा है। ठीक है? बहुत लोग बेमतलब का क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, वैसा क्वेश्चन हम सुनकर भी आंसर नहीं देते हैं। क्या आंसर करो, हमको दिमाग भड़क जाता है वैसे आंसर देने से। जरूरी वाला चीज पूछिए हमसे, मैं आपको बताऊंगा। चलिए 10 दिन का और सिलेबस है, खत्म कर देते हैं जल्दी। जो पूछना है पूछते रहिएगा, हर दिन हम बताएंगे, कोशिश करेंगे कि आंसर देंगे। Let's go ahead. Create the next component. You can create a folder here under the src folder. You create a folder. Create a folder called hooks. And create one more folder called class. पता है इन्फो कैंपस में हम टेस्टिंग का कोर्स नहीं चलवाते हैं। इन्फो कैंपस में टेस्टिंग का कोर्स हम नहीं पढ़ाते हैं। कारण क्या है, इसमें उल्टा दिमाग वाले लोग मिलते हैं। ठीक है, उल्टा दिमाग वाला, वो कभी सीधा सोचता ही नहीं। वैसे वैसे लोग तो हमको बनते नहीं है। ठीक है, बहुत सारा टेस्टिंग का क्लासेस चलता था यहाँ पे। हमको एक दो बार 2-4 लोगों से, प्रोफेशनल वर्किंग लोगों से ऐसा डिस्कशन हुआ, मतलब पूरा इलिटरेट की तरह बात कर रहा था। हम सोचा कि ये तो मैं सोर्स ही बंद कर दूंगा। मैं सोर्स रहेगा ना, ऐसे लोग से हमको मुलाकात होगा। तो हमने टेस्टिंग बंद करवा दिया। 3-4 लोग पढ़ाते थे यहाँ पे, हटाओ टेस्टिंग हटाओ हमको। डेवलपर में सीधा दिमाग वाला मिलता है, जो सीधा सोचता है। ठीक है, जिसको पॉजिटिव सोच है। नेगेटिव सोच वाले लोग से हम बात भी नहीं करते, बताते भी नहीं है, वैसा कोर्स ही नहीं चलाते हैं। ठीक है, टेस्टिंग का बंद हो गया। इन्फो कैंपस में टेस्टिंग नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, नहीं पढ़वाते हैं।
सॉल्यूशन नहीं मिलता है आपसे, क्या मतलब कहाँ जाए इसका?
नहीं, सोल्यूशन तो मेरे पास है। हम तो बैठ करके लोग ना अपने बच्चे को नहीं पढ़ाते हैं, लोग काम सोल्यूशन फिक्स करते हैं। रात को पता है 2 बजे तक बैठ करके, बहुत ऐसे लोग हैं जिसको प्रॉब्लम नहीं फिक्स होता, मैं 2 बजे तक बैठ के लोग कोड फिक्स करता हूँ, तो उसका नौकरी ना चला जाए। ठीक है ना, लेकिन सोल्यूशन सोल्यूशन होते हैं। सोल्यूशन प्रॉब्लम कुछ ऐसा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए जो आपको पता है लेकिन फिर भी आप पूछ रहे हो। मतलब क्या, मतलब क्या वो टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो आप एरर समझ के समझ जाओगे कि हाँ ये क्या हो रहा है, फिर भी आप पूछ रहे हो ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है। ठीक है, एक आदमी आया पढ़ने, वो बोल रहा है कि ये डिवीजन को हम डिवीजन ही क्यों लिखे हैं, हम हेलो क्यों नहीं लिखे। हम चलो हेलो लिख के देखो, आ रहा है। तब बोल रहा है कि हेलो हमने क्यों नहीं हेलो क्यों लिखा, दूसरा मुझे जो मन करे लिखो, काम करेगा वो। ठीक है, ठीक है। वो बोल रहा है कि ये क्लास यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है क्लास नेम, ये क्लास नेम ही क्यों है। ठीक है, तो हम उसको बोले कि CSS पढ़ के आओ। ठीक है, तो CSS क्यों पढ़ना है, जाओ यहाँ से, मेरे यहाँ कोर्स नहीं है तुम्हारे लिए। ठीक, चलिए। Okay, so folder got ready. Which folder? Hooks folder. Inside the hooks folder, we create the file hook1.js. Hook1.js. Okay, so what we have, we'll go to the developer guide. In developer guide, we have written or not written, not sure. Yeah, we have written here. In React, a component can be of two types based on function and based on class. So what we have created now, this all was just a simple guidelines how to create component and how to read and how to display. It is the based on JavaScript, what we have studied earlier. Same way JavaScript code only everything. Now basic understanding happen how the component is loading, how we are listing the data. These all are just the idea on map function plus array how to read. Next complexity start from your hooks, that is called functional component. Inside the functional component, you have lot of functions, ready-made function given by React. Those functions are going to help you Those functions are going to help you to fulfill the requirement based on different scenario. For example, this page is giving us the data. This is as a output. It is not called as a input. We have discussed some time before. Web page is going to help you for the web page. It's going to help for the many purpose, but in that we have to go through the two processes. One is called input, another one is called output. Input and output. So input is not happening as of now in our component throughout the page. You can see input is not happening in our component throughout the page. Okay, input is not happening anywhere. This all are called as output. So you can say it's a one-way binding. One way your JavaScript is sending the output to HTML. HTML is still not able to send the output to JavaScript. This all are one-way binding. One way, in simple you can understand, once we send the data from one side to other side, that becomes a one way. But once we send and receive, that will become a two way. So what you have is, in this component, this all the component is one way only. It is just sending the data in browser. Browser is not able to collect the input from user. Now to collect the input from user, according to React standard, we have to follow the hooks function in functional component. And according to again React standard, we have to follow again function under the class component. Okay. So how that all are going to work, we have to see one by one. So hook one is going to help you to understand a simple example of state management. Okay. How to maintain the state of a variable. State of a variable. A variable is holding some value. After some time, it will change some value. After some time, value will get deleted. After some time, value will get modified. After some time, variable will get deleted. So each and every track, at which moment, what is the status of a variable? Variable can be an array or it can be a single variable. Each and every moment, each and every point of execution, your state is going to check what is the condition of variable. The value is changed, the value is modified, the value is deleted, the value is or variable deleted, variable exists on. So each and every activity about your variable, it can be array or it can be a function, is going to be identified by a feature of React that is called as a state management. Okay, state management. Again, I'll repeat, each and every activity, each and every position, each and every, you can say, manipulation operation of a variable, the variable can be function on array, is going to identify by a feature of React that is called state management. It can be a single variable or it can be multiple variable. It can be an object, it can be an array. Okay, everything is being handled by your state of React, that is called state management. Okay, now in a state management, in class component, implementation is different, and in the functional component, implementation is different. Okay, in class component, we have to use the different function, and in the functional component, we have to use the different. Okay, but the process is remain same: input and output, input and output. The syntax will get changed little. One will be completely function based, one other will be based on class. Okay, so in that React has given a function, React hooks. React hooks has given a function. That function name is called use state. The function name is called use state. Using use state, we can maintain many things. We can track many things. Okay. So let's go. We will maintain. We will see how the use state is going to work. That is the first function of your React hooks, to maintain the state of your variable or array, everything. Okay. So we can go and we can write here import React, comma, use state. Use state. You will ask why we are calling the use state under the, why we are calling the use state under the flower bracket, because without calling use state also we can use inside, we can write react.use state. Then you will say where is the use state is coming from. Now you remember here, from the same library, from the same library, you are calling two component from React. From same library, you are calling two component. One component is called a React, another component is called a use state. We have discussed in the developer file, developer guide, a component can be a class name also, and a component can be a function name also. So at this place, use state is a function name. It is not a class name. Use state is a function name. What it will give, we have to see. Come down. What is inside? Okay. So before implementing of use state, we have to see one small example of array destructuring. Array destructuring. Then we will come to the use state in the same example. Right? Call const. Right? Call my hook one. My hook one equal to something like this, and then go and come inside. Okay. At this place, you can do the export default my hook one. Now coming inside, okay, coming inside, first you create a, okay, so you can write as a return also. Return is required everywhere. Anything you can return. Use a division, and inside the division, write as a h1. H1 will be big one. We can follow a small little. H3 will be okay. H3 we can write inside. We can write here array D structure D array D structure and use state. Array D structure and use state. Now come inside and first check this. What is going to happen here? At this place, we can write a suppose I have a variable here, constant. That variable is holding like city. Inside the city, there is a multiple city name. Suppose example, Bangalore. Suppose example, Pune. Suppose example, Delhi. Suppose example, Chennai. Okay, Chennai. Now in this, if you want to print the Delhi, we have to write here in a paragraph. We have to write here in a paragraph that is called Delhi. Okay, city of 2. City of 2, because city is the array. Inside the city on 2 position, you have a variable called value called Delhi that you are pointing. If you want to print the Chennai, you have to write in second paragraph something like this called city of 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is called as a position wise. You are going to print the value as a position wise. Is it possible to print like this? Is it possible to print like this? Directly as a Pune? Possible to print like this directly as a Pune? 100% we cannot do, because Pune is not a constant. Pune is not a component. Pune is not a function. Pune is just a user defined word. That definitely you cannot print like that. So here question is why we are trying to print like that? Because you have, assume you have an array. Inside the array there is 100 element. Inside the array there is 100 element, and you want to print a particular position element. Okay, you want to print a particular element. So what we have to do? We have to go inside and we have to check the position of the element, and then we have to print it. Okay, we have to go inside and we have to check the position of the element and then we have to print it. For example, we have done city of 3, region, we wanted to print the Chennai, we are printing here. Another one, city of 2, we are printing as a Delhi. But question is, suppose inside the array there is 1000 element, then you want to print a particular element, you have to go to the position, you have to look into the array and find out the position, then only you can print. For example, you are doing the city of 3, city of 2, correct? Array destructuring method says you can make it little simple also. What simple you can do, instead of finding the position and printing that, it may take some time, or maybe you have to go and look again and again. Better than that, apply the array destructuring method, and using the array destructuring method, you can print directly element also. Like Bangalore, you have written as a value, you can print directly as a Bangalore. You have written as a Delhi, directly you can print as a Delhi. So for example, I will go here. And what I will do is, I will destructure this array. Okay. Suppose I'll create another constant. That constant equal to, I will give as a city. So that indirectly inside the city, whichever the elements we have, all are being assigned to another array, and that array is being as a constant. Now what we will do is the same value. It is not necessary the same we have to keep, we can keep different also, but to make more easy, we should not find the different variable and we should not find the particular position. You can put your same array, remove double quotes, and after that, now let's look. Inside the city, what it was stored? Inside the city, there was a 4 elements. Now the same 4 element we assign to a list of constants, and inside the constants, the name of the constant is same as your value inside the array. Now it will work like a position wise. Bangalore will assign to Bangalore, Pune will assign to Pune, Delhi will assign to Delhi, Chennai will assign to where? Chennai, because it is following the position. Now this becomes a small array destructuring. Then you will ask the variable what constant we are following here. Is it remain same or it can be different also? It can be anything. It is not necessary it will be same. It can be anything. Now if you see the Pune, Pune will work perfectly because Pune is a constant and Pune is holding the value as a Pune itself. Okay. Now at the place of Delhi, I can write here DL and I can print here directly as a DL. Come down below and I can print directly as a which one? DL. Okay, directly we can print as a DL. Print here call as a DL. Okay, DL. So what is the DL? DL is a constant. Where it's come from? It's come from this particular list of the constants where the position of DL is pointing to the third position, second position you can say, and in second position, what is the value? Value is the daily. So daily will assign to where? DL, and DL will also print here. So it is not necessary we should follow the same variable and constant. It can be different also. Your use state is going to teach the same lesson. Use state also going to explain the same thing. So you can write this and check once. If it is working, if you are confirmed, then I will use the use state next, and then we'll understand what is going to come from the use state. Okay. This is called a what? Array destructuring. Okay. We can use in the 100 of the scenario, not only here. Next, after this, whenever we'll write the map function, I will use the array destructuring and I'll guide you how and where and all can use. Okay, the reason to write this city and city, that the assignment is what your use state is going to give some idea, not give some idea. Use state is completely based on the array destructuring method only. It has two functions. It has two elements. One is the variable and another one is called function. Variable and function. That I'll do the console.log and I'll guide you. Let me share the code directly. Please use this code. Use this code. And this component we can call as a nested component under this page, under the book page. Under the book page or maybe home page, better in a home page, we have a home component. So we will not create the routing for this. Directly this component we will import under the home and we will use inside the home. So first to create the file, I will guide you after that. Okay, let me come to the home file now. Hope this component is ready. Come to the home.js file. In home.js file, you can import here directly that component. Instead of adding the routing a new page, we can use inside the existing component also. Import my hook one from hook1.js file. And after that, within the same component, within the same container, but already there we have used the container we have used or not. Let me check once. We have not used any container, so no problem. We can call here directly and we can write here call my hook one. So this becomes your nested component. A component you are calling inside the component. A component you are calling inside the component becomes a nested component. Home file, we can see here array destructuring use state Delhi Pune, all values are printing successfully. You can see and check once. Yes, no, values are printing. Check once. Are you able to call the home or not? My home. Okay, my home is a component, not my home. My hook one is the component. It is coming from the hook folder. Under the hook folder, there is called hook1.js file. It's written there, so that you call directly under the home component. Under home component, you called it. If anyone asks what is the nested component, we can say when I write a paragraph inside paragraph, that is called nested paragraph. When I write a division inside division, call it a nested division. When I write condition inside condition, call nested condition. When I write map inside map, that's called a nested map. Similar way, when we call a component inside the component, that's called a nested component. Okay. When we call a component inside the component, become a nested component. Now we can see here in hook one file what you have given. Bangalore is available on particular position. Pune is available on particular position. So 2 is printing Pune right? Pune should come 2 times. See, Pune is, no, Pune is not coming 2 times. Delhi, Chennai, Pune. Okay. Okay, so 2 is Delhi, 3 is Chennai, Pune is Pune, and DL is Delhi. DL is Delhi. DL is Delhi. Yeah, correct. So similar way, now let's go here and print the Bangalore also. Check once Bangalore is coming or not. So that meaning instead of writing the position wise, we can print directly element also. Directly print the element, but element is not as the actual element. It is the name of a constant that you have destructured, and after that, the value of your array you have assigned to a list of constant where position wise the value will get assigned to a constant, and you can access directly the constant. In fact, both are different. Bangalore is a value, whereas Bangalore is a constant. She is printing all. Now next, we have to understand the next point, that is called use state, how it is going to work. Use state. So console.log, right here called use state, console.log use state. We have to see in the browser what this console is throwing. Console.log. We need to go to the browser and we need to look into the console. As you saw, your city array is going to return 4 parameter, 4 values, 4 element, you can say 4 element, city having the 4 element. Similar way, use state also has 2 element. What are those? We are going to see. What are those? We are going to see. Console.log. Now come to the browser and look at here what is saying. Console.log. Go to the browser, do the inspect element. Under inspect element, console is coming here. Under the console, so many error. What is it? Okay, it says like you have to follow this one. No problem. That is the next matter. We can find it out. Book, then home. See, when I went here, when I went to the customer, it is printing something is okay. When I come to the, let me clear it and increase the font size. Okay, something. Hope it will be visible now. Now let me go to the home file. When I go to the home, you can see it is saying here 2 and undefined and f is a square bracket represent the function. Inside we have 2 parameter. One is called undefined and second is called f. Where this console is coming from? If you look at here, we have written console.log use state. Now let me go here and click on this. See what is happening. So it was saying 2 meaning inside the array there is a 2 element. Inside the array there is a 2 element. What are those? Look at the first element. 0 position says undefined and second position called as a f. F represent as a function. If I click on this, f represent as a function. F is a what? F is a, just move the mouse here. It's called as a function. F as a function. So what we found under the use state? Under the use state, we found 2 parameter. Under the use state, it's an array. It's returning as an array where the first element is undefined and second element is a function. Let me come to the code now. So right, hope you are clear. What is returning? Console.log use state return 2 parameter, 2 element you can say. First element is undefined, second is a function. Now if I do the D structure of that array, suppose I create a constant here, call constant equal to use state. Now from use state, how many parameters are coming? 2 parameters are coming. So I have to create a variable here called ABC and another one is called XYZ. So use state return two parameter. The first one is called undefined. First one is called as a undefined, and second is called as a function. Second is called as a function. So ABC, what is the ABC now? Inside ABC, what will come? Inside ABC, what will come? Inside ABC, what will come? Because here you saw, here when we done the destructuring of the array, first was Bangalore. Bangalore has gone to Bangalore, Pune has gone to Pune, Delhi has gone to DL, Chennai has gone to Chennai. Similar way, under the use state, if there is a two element, the first element is undefined and second is the function. When you do the array destructuring, what will happen? The ABC will become a variable that is going to hold undefined, and xyz will become a function that is just like a function. Now suppose at this place, suppose at the place of undefined, if I pass here 20, what will 10, what will happen? If I pass as a 10, then what will happen? What will be the value of ABC? Because the first value of use state is undefined. Now instead of undefined, we put as a 10. That meaning under the ABC, what it will hold? It will hold as a 10. Let's come and test that, whether really 10 is coming or not. So the 10 you have to pass here under the use state as a 10, first parameter. Second parameter is a function. I will go here and write here a parameter, paragraph. Inside the paragraph, I will write call the function. Under the function, this one I will follow as a ABC. Save it now and check once what output is coming in the browser. Hope you can reply.
In place of ABC, it is printing 10 values.
The value of ABC is not ABC, it's a constant. It is
Constant.
10, because based on destructuring method it is working. I have given the idea here. What is coming from the use state? From use state is come like this by default as a undefined. So at the place of undefined, what we have given? The first parameter given as a 10. So wherever the array destructuring will happen, the first element will go to the first variable, that is called ABC. So it will hold as a 10. Now what is under the xyz? So xyz is a primitive function. Okay, xyz is a normal, you can say, is a function. Now this xyz function will be responsible to modify the value of ABC. The value of ABC no one else can modify, since it's the constant variable. We can apply later also here. So ABC becomes a constant now, and inside the default value is the 10. If you want to modify the value of ABC, you have to take the help from where? XYZ. For example, if I write a function here, if I write a function here, const 1, const 1, fat arrow method you have to follow, const 1, inside the const 1, if I do like this, xyz, under the xyz, if I pass ABC plus 10, what will happen is the function xyz is responsible to manipulate the value of ABC. ABC becomes a variable, xyz becomes a function, and both are coming from the use state. Now use state has got destructured. It has given two elements, variable and function. This variable will be handled by a particular function. Other function cannot handle the ABC variable. Only it's a responsibility of xyz to modify the value, to add the value, to delete the value, to change the value of ABC according to user requirement. Now we wrote a user defined function ABC function 1. Under the function 1, you are saying xyz. Under xyz, the value of ABC plus 10. So what will become? As soon as you click on a button, the ABC, the value was 10. but it will become 10 plus 10. It will become as a 20. Okay, let me go here and write a button. Inside the button, I will write here, click to add y, click to plus y, click to plus by 10. Now on click C will be capital equal to, just you will call the function 1 without any kind of function parenthesis. Just call the function 1 directly. Now function 1 in React we are going to call the function like this only. Function 1. Now function 1 will come. Function 1 will come and it will call the xyz hooks function, and using the hooks function xyz, it will modify the value of a state variable that is called abc, original value plus 10. Once you click, automatically in the browser you will see the 10 will become as a 20. How many times you click? Just click and see. It will keep changing automatically. Hope written. Please come to the browser. Click once. See number is increasing or not. On click. C is the capital. Camel case we need to follow. Within the flower bracket, call the function 1. On click, you see increment is happening or not. Button will come. When I click on button, the 10 will increase by 20 automatically. How many times you are going to click? That many times the value will keep increasing automatically, and automatically. State management and API is the backbone of the React. The people who understand well, they will be happy always. They will not face problem. I have written some BR because it was going at the end of the screen, so some space will get applied. Check now. On click, the number is increasing. On click, when we click here, number increased. Then we will ask how the number is increasing, where and all values are coming and all. Okay. We'll discuss again next class. Use state is important point. We have to learn it properly. You will get very good idea. Okay. Then see you tomorrow again. From tomorrow, project class is starting for my other batch. So 8 o'clock, everyone need to join. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, it will be designing work. It will not be much React functional work. It will be installing the Bootstrap, creating the component, applying the icon, design different kind of pages. So for that, we are going to join tomorrow. Okay. It will be not exact 8 o'clock, little early. Little early in the sense somewhere 7:30 the plan to start, but I will update in the group. Okay, so hope you are going to join tomorrow and day after. Okay, tomorrow and day after. Tomorrow morning, mostly 8 o'clock only will keep. 8 to 9:45 or 10 o'clock, 8 to 10, 8 to 10. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay, hope clear. Okay, so it will not be functional, lot of functional work. Functional work will start from next weekend. By then, this week we will learn the functional work. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, installing the React, doing the setup of routing again, installing the Bootstrap, designing the navigation, and plus creating some component, doing the setup of JSON server. Those things is going to come. So hope you will be participating in that. What time? 8 o'clock. I will message in the group today evening. Little internet should be sufficient internet will be needed. You have to set up a new React project. You have to install, entire installation work will be done tomorrow. So you require little up to 2 GB of internet data. You can manage it, and let's see.
Morning, guys.
8 o'clock morning.
So, meeting this console.
Which console? Console will come like that only.
I have
दो बार पेज को रिलोड किया ना, इसलिए आ रहा है। वहां पे जाइए ब्राउजर में, क्लियर करो आप उसको, फिर से रिलोड कीजिए। कितना बार आया? 2 बार आया। तो लिखे कहाँ पे हैं?
sorry.
कितना बार लिखा है? console.log रिटर्न के अंदर है कि बाहर है? नीचे और कहीं है क्या? पता नहीं, 2 बार क्यों कॉल कर रहा है? कितनी बार कॉल आना चाहिए? वो मैटर नहीं है, क्योंकि आप कंसोल में कुछ नहीं करने जा रहे हो। मैं देखता हूँ मेरे कंसोल में क्या आ रहा है।